What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cypher and I'm back with another video. Before we get into today's topic, I would just like to say shout out to everyone who subscribed to my channel. We're up to 41 subscribers. So the way I see it, we're almost to 50. 50, is half of 100. So each and every day, each and every video, we're moving on up. And to those who are subscribed and like my videos, thank you and I appreciate you. I'll see you after the intro. Okay, guys. Today, just just gonna be in front of the camera, just gonna talk. I usually don't do scripted anything. I usually don't write down anything that I come here to talk about. Uh, but while I was on my final walk of the day, I kind of thought, it would be something that I could put out to my channel. Was something that I would like to relay to you guys, a message that I could get across. So this one is not necessarily scripted, but I did just kind of like write down like something that I thought about. It was just very brief, very minor, but um, as you'll see from the title of this video, this is pretty much what the year 2020 taught me. First and foremost, I just want to say uh, rest in peace to those who didn't make it from that year. If we could, I'd just like to have a moment of silence for them. Okay. Um, so for those who didn't make it, those we lost that year, we haven't forgot about you. Um, and to those who are still here, you have a purpose, and you're here for a reason. You know, I don't make it sound bad or anything, but you know, you should feel blessed and you should be very happy because definitely could have been a statistic last year. Definitely could have just, I mean, at any time you can go, and I'm gonna get into it with the video, with the topic. It goes hand in hand, but pretty much, there's not a lot to be said about last year. It was a very tough year, um, both like physically, mentally. Um, it was tough on families. Uh, it was tough on the workforce. It was tough on everybody. It was a very harsh year, but at the same time, I think there are a lot of lessons that we can take from it. So I went ahead and I just wrote down 5 things that 2020 taught me that I could hopefully pass on to you guys, and maybe inspire you guys to do the same. Because if you look at it as if like, okay, like, yes, that was a shitty year, and like it wasn't, none of it was planned, and it just kind of seemed like as the months progressed it only got worse. But also I feel like that has to do with your mindset as well. But once again, we're just gonna get into it with all the video, with the topics, and we'll go from there. So starting with the first topic, appreciate what you have. So let me just talk about that for a second. Appreciating what you have at this very moment. Like, I look around and I see that I have a roof above my head, I have food in my fridge, I have a bed that I could sleep on, um, and everything else is simply just a luxury. Uh, any equipment that I have to record with or when I stream, this includes my mic, my cameras. Notice I said cameras, like I have two. My internet and all that, my car. Like, yes, I did work hard for that stuff, and I did, spend my money and got it for myself, right? But it didn't start out that way. Like, obviously when you're a young adult and you're out on your own, you have to start somewhere, and most of the times you're gonna start with nothing. But starting with nothing gives you that appreciation for when you finally have worked towards what you want. And if you haven't gotten to where you want, you're at least working towards that goal. So keep in mind that any of that stuff could be taken away from you at any time, you know? And I could even go as deep to say, like, your life, the most precious thing that you have, is this moment, is talking with you guys, The fact that I'm even here is just a blessing. And sometimes I forget that, and I have to like humble myself, and I have to remind myself that like not every day's promised. So definitely appreciate what you have now. All right, number two, we're gonna avoid complacency, right? Um, Very simple. We all get into a daily routine of. Let me just give an example. Like you wake up, you have your breakfast, you may scroll through social media. That's like the news now. It's crazy to think like that. Instead of actually turning on the news, I don't watch the news to begin with. It's a long story. But after you've done that, you may get ready for work or you get ready for school or whatever it is you do. And then you go to work. And then when you come home, you may, eat your dinner, you may talk with your family, you may do whatever routine it is, and then you go back to bed and you rinse and repeat. I don't know about you guys, but that don't really sound like a life that I want to live. And that's not shitting on anyone's life who is, if that's the life that they want to live and that's the life that they do live, right? But with that comes complacency. Excuse me. You're not necessarily challenging yourself to want, better for your life. You're you're comfortable with what you have. But if you're comfortable with what you have, and you're capable of so much more, why not pursue that, that side of you? Why not, you know, I call it like unleashing the beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's kind of got that like that animalistic instinct in them, and it all comes out in different times. Like not everyone's gonna be the same. But it's like sometimes there's just days where I just feel like I just have like this beast inside of me that's caged up and it just wants to be released to the world, and that just means for me just dominating and doing my absolute best in everything that I do. I'm the type of person that I always need to be working on a project. I always need to be completing something. The moment I feel like my life becomes routine, oh god, it gets boring for me. Like I just don't have any fun anymore. Like I don't have a smile on my face. It's crazy. The moment that I started YouTube, I haven't stopped smiling. Like I look forward to recording my videos. I look forward to all the editing that I have to work on when I finally, knock out that little small edit that I wanted to do. Just just brightens my entire day, and that changes my entire mood. I could be having a really crappy day, but if I come home and I work towards my goal, because this is working towards one of my goals, then I couldn't ask for anything better. So that being said, you just have to keep yourself accountable and avoid complacency. Independence, right? Okay, this one is huge because I've been the type where I've been scared to do it on my own. I've been scared to step outside of my comfort zone and pursue my passions, and bro, not even that. It could be something as simple as like, oh, I need to build a desk. How many friends can I get to help me do this? You know what I'm saying? That sounds small and that sounds minuscule, but like it adds up at the end of the day, because it just you build this sense of dependence that you're just like, oh, like I know I'll always have someone to help me do this, or I'll always have someone to be there for me, right? Not always. There's gonna be times where you're just gonna be alone and it's just gonna be you, and you have no other choice but to figure it out, right? Focus and accept when the time is right for you and for me. Accept that level of independence, because you're gonna thank yourself later when you're the one, up late grinding. You've lost sleep for projects like this. It can honestly be anything. School, when you finally finished your homework or your essays, you did that. That was all you, and that was that independent side that took over. Eventually you're just gonna have to grow up, and you're just gonna have to do it yourself, because not everyone's gonna be there for you. Not everyone's gonna want to help you, and you know they have their own life to live at the same time. They have things that they're worried about, and they have responsibilities they have to take care of. So when you always seem like you're always in need, it just kind of seems like you don't know how to take care of yourself. So do what do whatever you can, do whatever is necessary to get to that level to where you can take care of yourself. And maybe you'll thank me later. I don't know. I've always thanked myself once I've started to actually, branch off by myself and do things for myself by myself. I'm like, yo, I got that done. And that gives you just like a sense of like accomplishment, and it builds your confidence. And then the next go around with something like of the same magnitude comes up, but it's a little different, you can get it done. And you're like, oh, I've got this. So don't be afraid of, being independent. All right, number 4, be mindful of your words. Okay, this one is huge, right? You know how they say it's not always what you say, but how you say it? It's both. It's literally both. Like, yes, be careful of what you say and be careful of how you say it. Everyone, has feelings. Everyone has their own issues that they're dealing with. Everyone has their own demons that they're fighting, their own skeletons in the closet. You never know what anyone else is going through. So why even, go out of your way just to make them feel bad? You know what I'm saying? There's been times and opportunities where someone has said something to me and I could tell it was definitely directed towards me and it had ill intent. And I had one or two options. One, I could have responded back with just as much, aggression. Or number 2, I just left it alone. I really wish I had done number 2 a lot more, but I'm working on that as a person. I'm not perfect, but I think the fact that I acknowledge, my mistakes, is the step to improvement. You know, someone could be having a really crappy day, and like nothing could be going their way. Like they could be losing their house, they could be losing their car, maybe they just lost a family member, and they still have, you know, life responsibilities they gotta take care of. They still have to go to work like the rest of us. Imagine if you say something bad to them, and that's it. You know, not to say you were the driving force, but you were definitely like not anything. You weren't anything that would better them. Better their situation. They just kind of seems like, oh, God, when it rains, it pours, I guess. Now flip it. Now imagine if they were having a crappy day, and you just go up to this person, you're like, hey, such and such, I see you looking a little down than usual. If there's anything I can do, or if you just need to talk, let me know. Now imagine that person, how they feel afterwards. I know how I'd feel. I'd feel like, whoa, maybe this person cares, and I can reach out to them if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be careful what you say and how you say it. Like, just be mindful of your words. You never know what people are going through, and honestly, you never know how they're going to interpret it. It could all just be jokes. It really could, but to them, maybe you really did hurt their feelings. Oh, just kind of think before you speak. All right, and the fifth and final one: follow your heart. I don't care what it is you want to do in life. I do not care whether you want to be the world's best chess player, whether you want to be the world's best knitter. That's right, you just want to knit blankets and sweaters. I do not care if you want to be a rapper, a recording artist. I don't even care if you want to design shoes. Whatever it is you want to do in life, if it's your heart telling you to do it, then do it. Never second guess this right here. This, maybe once or twice you can kind of be like, are you sure? In your gut, you should probably follow your gut. But your heart, never second guess your heart. Whenever I think about, my life in the future and how far I plan to take YouTube, for some reason I can just see my life already, and it has to do with following my heart. I can envision my future. I can envision the life that I already want to live just by recording videos like this. Like, I haven't even cracked 50 followers yet, 50 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I enjoy this so much and I love it. The fact that I'm going to continue to grind, I'm going to continue to work and continue to push out content just so I can reach that point. So when I do, I can look back at videos like this. I can look back at my, very first video and be like, man, like, look how I was back then. Look at, how much hunger and how much drive I had. I want to continue that same drive and I want to continue to have that same passion. This is video 9 or 10, I believe, right? When I get to my 100th video, I want to be able to have the same exact passion that I do in this video. It may not seem it now. I'm a little more calm, a little more chillaxed. It's later in the night. I'm not trying to yell or anything. I'm not trying to get all hype. But at the same time, I want to have that same energy. I want to be the same person you guys see from video 1, video 10, to video 100, and so on and so forth. Right? Because that's what my heart is telling me to do. Like I said, I don't know how far I reach the YouTube algorithm with videos like this. If you are a subscriber and you do, share my content, I wish I could hug you through the camera. I honestly do. But we gotta remain like 6 feet apart still. But when the time comes, I'd want to give you a hug because that means the world to me. And if I've made an impact on your life already, once again, that means the world to me. That gives me so much like I can't even put it to words. I'm pretty much it makes me the happiest person in the world when I know that I've made an impact on someone's life. So just to wrap it up, 2020, yes, was a crap year, right? But we're in March of 2021, and to me, this seems like a great year so far. This seems like nothing but blessings, nothing but time for appreciation and just time to work for the life that you want. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share the content. I would greatly appreciate it. When life is back to normal, I will give you a hug. And if you don't want a hug, if you don't consent to a hug, I'll give you a high five. It doesn't matter to me. I'll give you some dap. It doesn't matter to me. But just know that I appreciate you. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.